Ah! Turn the fucking jets on! Turn the fucking jets on! Ah! Turn the fucking jets on! Turn the fucking jets on! Give me a hell yeah!
Ooh, you know what time it is!
Bless up!
Arm the laser.
Arming the laser! Begin laser ignition!
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know. Deuce and Mo.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo, they tell you what they know.
Do it for Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. Hey, do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, it's my favorite show. Do it for Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. Hey, do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, big hopes and dreams as we cover our kings. Never cover the kingdom, but we loving our kings. And we covered your prayers as we doing our thing. Big Deuce with the par, Lil Mo on the screen. Solo or together, still do it for team. Never switch up for $1 or revenue stream. So we always got each other, balance out the beam. Deuce and Mo, and that's the end of the theme song. Do it for Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, it's my favorite show. Do it for Deuce and Mo.
Deuce Mason, Morgan, Reagan on a Friday night. How we doing, night chats?
What up, Deuce?
Oh.
Hey, Morgan.
Hi.
I'm rooting for y'all. Let's go, Kane.
Oh, it feels so good to be alive after a gritty, grinded out night for the Sacramento Kings. The other post-game shows that copied us done tonight? Because we are live. Why are you looking at me like that, Morgan? What? Don't look at me like that. Oh, you know, it's just, all I'm saying is you could try to cook.
Oh.
You can try to make the meal.
Okay.
But it's hard to do when you don't have the ingredients and you're not the chef. How we doing tonight, Night Chat? If you're ready, give me a hell yeah.
Give me a hell yeah.
Oh, feels good. Morgan, how you doing tonight?
It feels really good. I mean, it's like you said, it was ugly, not perfect, but the fight back in this one just was still way more fun than what we've seen in years past.
I know you're talking, but my shirt is really not coming up well on this camera. I got to take it off. I'll be right back. Can you handle it? You don't see? It's like reflecting weird.
No, not on, let me see on our, seriously?
Yeah. Guys, you guys telling me?
Wait, let me see.
I think it's coming through.
I think it's fine.
Okay, all right. I'll leave it. And people might have wanted me to take off the shirt. Biggest thing you could do right now is hit the thumbs up button, subscribe. Our chase to 10,000 subs is on. I think we're going to get there very soon. So help us out. Morgan is in San Francisco tonight. Shout out to our guy Kenneth, who just donated 50 subs.
Give me a hell yeah.
Morgan just wrapped up Postgame on NBC Sports California with Kenny Thomas. You wore that the last time you did. You didn't know you did. You wore that crew neck.
Why are you pointing that out?
I just noticed it.
This is my travel. Like, you know how much easier it is to travel in a double.
I'm not hating on it. I don't know why you're being offended by it.
The way you said it was a little judgy.
Oh, I think it's cool.
Thank you.
Before we get started, I think it's time for some shout outs. Little Friday. Go ahead, Morgan Reagan.
Before you give your shout out,
yes.
To all of our listeners, there's someone who was at the game tonight. She messaged me and she was like talking about how she wanted to scream, why not, before the game was even going. And then she had just messaged me again that she bought herself an $18 glass of wine and had the best time and a Kings win, and she'll be listening to Night Chat on her way home back to San Diego.
What's her name?
Christine.
Give me a hell yeah.
Christine? That's how you go. You go take care of a business trip.
Fucking business trip.
And you go get the win. And you know what?
Give us the shout outs.
After I do this, I can't do shout outs until we
arm the laser.
I'm in the laser! Begin laser ignition!
Morgan, what do you say again?
I'm the laser!
Thank you. And I know people are saying, hey, it's light the beam. You can call it light the beam, but fire the laser sounds pretty cool to me. Right? No?
I mean,
we can go either way. I'm cool. I'm just saying, like, you can't get mad if someone says fire the laser. Light the beam. It's a laser beam. It shoots up into the sky. It's amazing.
Hey, it's whatever, and it's a purple light, and it goes in the sky, and I feel proud every single time that damn thing gets lit up.
Hey, shit's been on a lot lately, huh? All right, let's give some love to the people watching us live on a Friday night. You could be out and about. You could be doing something crazy, but you are watching us live tonight because your Kings are winning. After an 0-4 start, they are what, Morgan? They are what?
They are now 5-6, I believe.
They're 5-2 since an 0-4 start. That's what I was going for. Not the overall record. You ruined it. Let's start again. All right, let's pretend because I messed up first. We go. All right, guys. Since an 0-4 start, the Kings are
5-2.
Yes, you did it, Morgan. Shout to Joe, to Charlie, Lewis, the baby daddies in the building with Alberto and Donald, Everett, Rice, Christine and Mitch and Jesus. Jesse James is in the building with Jasu, and Roman Senior and Formo is hanging out with Over, Under, Jababoom, Eric Kang, Drone Primo, Dr. Adi, Sato. Who else is here but Arden, Alex, Gilberto, Derek Aldrin. Oh, Ricky, you so fine. Paulius, Jaden. Force goes Fabio. He's a Spurs fan, is here because he's feeling the vibes in the 9-1-6. JC, what's up? Alex, MD, Adam, Logan, Mr. Turtle, NBA, Young, Cope. Where is Mio, the Fox hater? I don't see that clown tonight. Where are the Fox haters tonight? Talk to me. Talk to me about what De'Aaron Fox is doing. Let's go. Is that good?
That's freaking great. Facts.
All right, let's have some fun. I'm a little too amped up. I gotta relax. They're still below 500.
Remember after last game, what we said? We were like, hey, we were super excited after the win, so let's tone it down. Make sure we're breaking down, dissecting this game.
Blah, blah, blah. All right.
Oh, okay.
Do some mo. Yes, it is. A win. Things are going well right now. All right, do some mo. Coming down in 3, 2, 1. Hit my music.
Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.
Hey, welcome into the Deuce and Mo podcast, recording this late on a Friday night after the Kings go on the road to Crypto.com Arena and come back to beat the Lakers in a really impressive fourth quarter display by De'Aaron Fox and the Kings. Sacramento, after an 0-4 start, they are 5-2 in their last 7 games. They beat the Lakers 120-114. I'm Deuce Mason. Morgan Reagan joins me live from San Francisco tonight, where she just wrapped up hosting Kings pre and post game live with Kenny Thomas. How you doing, Mo?
I'm fantastic. It is so fun after a Kings win. It's just so different, and we all deserve to feel this way.
Man, the beginning did not feel good. I mean, how many missed shots? It just was insane, the amount of misses you saw from the Sacramento Kings. The first quarter box score was yet not pretty, Morgan. They really struggled shooting. They were 2 of 13 from 3, shot 34%, but it was still tied after one quarter. But they found a way to get it going in the fourth quarter. The story of this one, I think, is quite simply De'Aaron Fox, who is showing he is that guy. It's year 6. He came in focused. He got off to a hot start. It's continued. And what happens late in the game? He's hitting big shot after big shot. He is cool. He is calm. He's collected. He finished with 32 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds. And how big was that second half for him? In the fourth quarter, he had 10 points.
Deuce, you look at the way he started that game, like you were saying about the entire team. And he started the game scoreless in that first quarter. Kevin Huerter was struggling as well. So it's like, okay, there's not a lot going on around you. How are you going to find it within to be able to help your team out? De'Aaron Fox has shown that he can do that consistently this season. And it has been so fun to watch him get to his spots and say, I'm going to shoot this here and I'm going to make this. Oh, I'm actually going to drive here now. Oh, this 3? Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm going to pop this one because I know I'm going to make it. You're seeing the confidence. You're seeing the way that he is playing in clutch minutes. It's just incredible play from him right now.
And late in the game, a close game, in the final minute, he's the guy that's hitting the daggers. He's doing it calmly. The mid-range game, which has improved so much over the years, but now it's deadly. De'Aaron Fox is not just having a great year. He's playing like one of the better players in the NBA to start the season. He's no doubt about it playing at an all-star level right now. And it's been fun. It's been fun to watch because it just feels like it's a complete game. I loved watching him on NBA Today. He was, because the Kings were in LA, he went in studio with the crew and he was asked about his defensive improvement because he's clearly taken a step there. He credit to Mike Brown for holding him accountable. And I think you give so much credit to De'Aaron Fox for just embracing this challenge. I swear, man, at the end of the season, in his end of season press conference, I saw something different out of him. And when he started talking about his disappointing year and he talked about the need for structure and discipline, he got that with Mike Brown. He got that with his coaching staff. And now he's playing how we all thought he could play, the best basketball of his career.
And that's what I love that Mike Brown said even after the game about, like, you're all seeing this now. I knew this is what De'Aaron Fox was. I knew he could do this. But going back to even what you're saying about De'Aaron Fox being on NBA Today, he's starting to get that national love. He's starting to get that respect from the officials. And it's just going to be great for his all-around game. It's going to be great for the team. But also what he said in that quote that you're talking about when asked about his defensive improvements, he was like, it could be a picture perfect defensive possession. Mike Brown in a timeout is still going to tell you 3 things that could have been better. And that is why and how the defense is improving so much, because it's the attention to details. The details matter and the standards are high.
They fought through some adversity tonight, too. When the shots aren't falling, how are you going to stay in the game? I felt like it got a little heated in the second quarter. They got down. And they closed well in that quarter. They end up cutting the lead to 4 at 60-56. Third quarter is still close. I think the frustrating part with tonight's game was it just felt like they couldn't get stops. And it was like, God, man, now you're just trading baskets. You got to get some stops here. The shooting got better, but the stops weren't coming. In the fourth quarter, they forced some turnovers, much needed turnovers, got out the first couple of possessions, able to score. And I just thought Fox was brilliant tonight. I've been so impressed with what he's been able to do. He had 21 points in the second half, Morgan. Like, his second half numbers were insane. I need to pull them up. Yes, 21 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds on 9 of 12 shooting in the second half. In the fourth quarter tonight, he had 10 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds on 5 of 7 shooting. That's big time stuff. And this is a game like the Kings should have won tonight. And if they had lost, we would have been feeling awful tonight because the Lakers are playing without LeBron James. Even without LeBron, they're one of the worst teams in the NBA. They're now 2-10. They're a complete mess. But the Kings found a way to get it done. And that showed me something. I was very concerned about a letdown performance tonight because of how good they looked against the Cavs. But here they are in like a late game situation, executing down the stretch. Their fourth quarter numbers, Wills, you just put out, it was really impressive to see what they were able to do. They were 14 of 20 from the field, 70%, 4 of 4 from the line, 7 assists, 2 steals, and a turnover. They outscored the Lakers 33-26.
And just to tie a bow on De'Aaron Fox and his game, I mean, you talk about those assists. His playmaking ability has taken a leap. And that has just, it's like he's capitalizing on his skill set, being this speedy player, and then also allowing all these other things to add confidence into his shooting, into his defense, and understanding being in that stance makes a difference, and getting that steal on Reeves toward the end of the game and just going up for the easy 2. Those things make some huge differences, but also free throw line again, 4 or 5 from the free throw line, Deuce.
And he hit a couple of threes. He ends up 13 of 19 in the game, 32 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds. I put a poll question about De'Aaron Fox on the YouTube chat. Are you surprised by Fox's season? No, always knew he had this in him. And yes, he's proving me wrong. What do you think's winning right now?
I'm sure people are saying, no, he's proving me wrong.
That was not the option. The 2 options. Let's follow along here, Morgan. All right.
I thought that's what you just said.
The option 1, no, always knew he had this in him, or yes, he's proving me wrong.
I mixed the 2. That means I don't know the answer. Let's go with the second one.
No, it's the first one. 77% of people say no, always knew he had this in him. 23% say yes, he's proving me wrong. Can I just say, I'm going to guess out of that 76%, about 50% of that, you guys are liars.
Yes. Yes. You know how many times, Deuce, the amount of times we've been De'Aaron Fox truthers and like had to like convince people that this is in him. This is in him. I'm not going to lie. There's been times, especially last season was probably the first season that I felt the most worried about his game and where it could go, because I had I just had like full confidence in him to start last season. It didn't go the way that we needed it to. Then you started seeing patches and I was like, God, if he could just find a way to be consistent. He is finding that consistency early in this season, in his 6th season. And it's like we always say, all players in the NBA just sometimes develop differently. But it's not only that, he has the right coaching staff, the right teachers, the right teammates around him to help him with this new journey in his 6th season.
I said this a while back, and I'm going to say it now. The biggest offseason move was hiring Mike Brown.
Yes.
He and his staff have done a great job. And I know like people like, they're 5-6. Even when they were 0-4, it didn't look like 0-4. They're competing. Tonight, they found a way to win it. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to win ugly. The best text I got after the game from a friend was, I'd rather win ugly than lose pretty. And it was kind of one of those ugly wins, and you got to grind it out. You're missing shots. The old Kings, they start missing shots, it's over. They got the stops they needed to get down the stretch of this game. I thought we've been talking about Fox the whole time here. Give some love to Terrence Davis. I mean, this guy did not play last game. And I was listening to him with the G-Man on the radio side after the game, and his whole thing is, I'm a professional. I'm going to stay ready. And when my name is called, I'm going to be ready to go. And that just shows you, I know it's 11 games in, he's bought in. Yeah. And when you've got the buy-in from all the players, that is a huge credit to the coaching staff for getting those guys to believe in what they're doing, that the mission is this and that there are standards. And you know, if you do certain things, you will get minutes. Terrence Davis comes in tonight. He has a nice outing. I thought he made some nice plays in the 4th quarter. He has 12 points off the bench on 4 of 6, including a couple of big threes.
Egos, Deuce. Egos can get in the way on so many teams in so many different professional sports, right? You see it in the NBA, especially when guys believe that they're a starter, or guys get frustrated because they're not getting playing time. Like when you're a hooper or you're just a competitor, you want to be out there. You believe in your ability to help a team get the win, and it can be frustrating. It can be draining. It could be it take a mental toll on you. But for guys like Terrence Davis to truly understand, like, this is your role. And when we need you, we need you. We need you to be efficient. We need you to be out there and really showing us why we're putting you out there in these minutes. That's what good teams do in the NBA. They have those guys with that buy-in. But that buy-in doesn't just happen because of a guy's personality. That buy-in comes from exactly what you're saying, from a coaching staff, giving that trust, empowering guys, letting them know that this is the goal and this is how you build to that goal by this buy-in and just by trusting that philosophy. It's working.
We got to give some love to everyone watching us live on a Friday night. I see over 600 people watching us live. The biggest thing you can do right now, if you are here, there's that thumbs up button, the like button. Hit that thumbs up. It's not to make us feel good. All it does is help our channel grow. Hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing to subscribe on YouTube. We're trying to chase down 10,000 subs and blow up this Kings community because we're live after every game. So let's get that rolling in. We appreciate all you guys being here just like that. It's over 214. Get that to 300 to really make my night. Also, a shout out to Chewy on Twitch, who not only subscribed on Twitch, but he gifted a sub to our guy, Nick. Why not? I want to get to this comment from Moji in the chat. Morgan, I want to get your reaction to it.
Okay.
Moji says, Morgan seemed upset the Kings won an ugly game. Games on the road are always tough, and wins like this build team character at the end of games. Great win for the Kings. So I didn't see all of your post-game, Morgan, but it seemed like you, I don't know if upset was the right word, but you wished it was more of a game they controlled throughout.
So in the final segment of the show, when we were just talking about the score and how this team won this game, it was just like what Mike Brown said. It was ugly, gutsy, and they had to find a way to win the game. And all I was saying was that, you know, a game like this against such a dysfunctional team like the Lakers, I do want to see these type of wins come a little easier in those games, right? In the dysfunctional games, or you're playing a game against Orlando. I don't want it to come down to that final shot. I want it to be won in that third quarter. And I get it. It's the NBA. You're going to go on runs. You're going to have different types of nights. I totally understand that. But I cannot wait until that point comes when it's like not an ugly win against a dysfunctional team like the Lakers. I
hear that. I think my one, and trust me, if they lost this game, I'd be feeling really low right now. But in a way, I know this seems crazy, but those guys playing without LeBron do play a little more free, right? Like LeBron,
Deuce, I get that.
LeBron he controls so much of the game, and his numbers have been, I know his raw numbers have been great, but the shooting numbers have been great. The decision making, it allowed other guys to step up, like Austin Reeves tonight. I thought he was really good. Lonnie Walker had great moments. Westbrook, I can't believe he had a season high in threes tonight.
That's it. And that was I even went off of that stat, and that was my point even with that. I'm like, Russell Westbrook having that against you, it sucks. It's against you.
But he was 6 of 7. But he was 6 of 17 overall. So not great shooting numbers.
His usual anyway, but yes.
Before we get to some of the lows of the game, what else jumped out to you about this win? We mentioned Fox and Davis.
Fox, Davis, I really liked how Kevin Huerter wasn't hitting any shots, and then he was another guy.
He got it going. He started 0 for 5.
Yep. And then it just like in those clutch minutes when they needed him most, he was doing the same thing, found his rhythm. And it's not easy trying to find your rhythm and adjust your game mid-game and being like, okay, what can I do next? And Kevin Huerter wasn't making those shots. And then as soon as one hit, I think it was toward the end of the first half, it was like he hit one and then things started rolling for him a little bit more. And then he was getting to his spots, finding more of a rhythm in his shot. And that was nice to see.
We also should give love to Metu. Another nice game for him. I mean, he had a couple of big dunks in that fourth quarter. He ends up giving the Kings off the bench 10 points on 4 of 8. He also had 5 rebounds. A guy that we haven't talked about who's really starting to string it together is Domas Sabonis. And I thought he did a great job early on establishing himself. He got some nice numbers early, and he ends up a really nice outing. 21 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 9 of 15 shooting. He made all 3 of his free throws in his last 5 games. 21 points, 10 rebounds, 6.4 assists. He has 5+ assists in 6 straight games. What's jumped out to you about the big fella?
Oh, it's the way that he's being aggressive in the paint. It's the way that he is finishing in the paint as well. You're just seeing the way that it's coming off his fingertips in some of his post moves and some of his hook shots. It's a little different. It's not just like he's following all the way through basically. And I think it's the details. He's a little bit more focused on how he needs to finish, especially over big guys. And I'm digging that, but I also feel like his presence is being felt a little bit more on the defensive end as well.
Yeah, I felt like he had a couple of plays tonight that jumped out to me. It looked like he was just contesting. He's doing a better job at staying vertical. He's going to make mistakes defensively. And a lot of it's not effort-based. You know, some of it he gets in foul trouble, and then he can't really protect the rim at all. But he moves pretty well for a guy his size. In some ways, I don't think he gets enough credit defensively, to be honest. Again, he's not perfect, and there are issues with rim protection, 100%. But we also don't do a good job of acknowledging contests, right? Like we just look at block shots, but I mean, if you stay vertical and you don't foul a guy and you alter the shot, that's a good thing. If you come out and help to allow your teammate to recover defensively, that's a good thing.
And that's kind of what I'm saying with just his presence, you know, his big body, it's being felt in those situations, but also I think that they're doing a better job of moving together defensively and being in the right spots. There was I believe it was in the second quarter. I forget when it was, whatever, doesn't matter. They called a defensive 3 seconds on Keegan Murray. And it was funny. I noticed that he kept lifting his foot up. He had one foot out of the paint and then kept lifting his foot up so he wouldn't get the defensive 3 seconds. So I thought it was just a really weird thing to call on him. But besides things like little mistakes like that from the Kings, I thought they did a better job of being in help and moving around together on the defensive end.
We got to talk about Keegan Murray in just a second. I do want to give some love to people donating, including Ipodagus, who donated $10, saying, hit the like button, Kings win, fire the laser. Give me a hell yeah for that.
Give me a hell yeah.
Also, Kenneth has donated officially 100 YouTube memberships tonight and donated $50.
Give me a hell yeah.
We also got to give love to, I don't know how to say your name on Twitch, and I was going to shorten it, but if I shorten it, it's Vag. And it's just like, thanks for the sub, resubscribe for 9 months.
Thanks, Vag.
No. Anyway, in the Twitch chat, OBJ says Keegan looks really hesitant offensively and has been allowing a lot of straight line drives lately. Yeah, let's talk about Keegan Murray for a second. And Keegan's dad made this public on Twitter now, so we should share this. Keegan Murray's grandma had a stroke while attending the game in Charlotte, the Kings-Hornets game in Charlotte. And Keegan did not find out about it until after the game. So his grandma is in a hospital in Charlotte dealing with the aftermath of a stroke. And I think that has taken a toll on him naturally as he adjusts to life in the NBA and also just maybe struggling as a rookie. But I think there's a lot going on. You know what I mean? Like, you think about the fact that this happened. You can't be with your grandma. Your parents are dealing with it. You've got your brother in Iowa. This is a close-knit family. And he grew up in Iowa. They played ball in Iowa. Tight family. He's in the NBA. It's not like this is like some highly recruited guy. Comes out of nowhere as a number 4 pick. He's in the NBA. And like, there's a lot going on, is my point. And
everyone handles emotions and trauma, different situations, just differently. And sometimes it can take a bigger toll on some people than others. And you think about him still being a younger man in this league and adjusting to a new life, right? And again, it's not about making excuses for the rookie. It's not about justifying his play. It's just about humanizing a situation and what could be affecting his play, right? Like, you've got to factor in everything if you're going to criticize someone's game and how they're playing. And right now, you're right. He doesn't look as locked in, if you want to call it that, or something's a little off with his mindset. And that's okay. And I hope he can figure it out on the floor. I hope his family can either be around him a little bit more through some of these tough times or whatever it is that needs to help him just, feel more confident with his everyday life.
He has a great support system, and I think they have it set up. So, some family member is going to be in town. I know, I know his dad said they were going to be in town around Thanksgiving too. Actually, no, because they're on the road Thanksgiving. I forget the exact date, but they have it kind of mapped out. But yeah, it's an adjustment for everyone. It's an adjustment for the family. It's Keegan's away from his family, but I'm sure like the family would love to be together right now. So, it's not an easy thing to go through. As someone who just lost their grandma like 2 weeks ago, I mean, I'm still processing all this, and it's been a roller coaster ride. And some days are good, some days are bad. I was telling Maureen the other day, I had a panic attack. I've never had a panic attack, and just dealing with that. And I'm getting the necessary help I need to get through some of this stuff. So, we do need to remember, like, these are human beings. And I think sometimes we get so locked in about numbers and this guy stroke, what's going on? It's like, well, sometimes the answer isn't just like what's happening on the court. It's what's happening away from the floor. So anyway, with all that said, let's send positive vibes to Keegan and his family and his grandma as, she recovers from the stroke.
Yeah. Tough. But I'm glad that he put that information out there, and obviously great Kings community that will rally together and hopefully give him all the love and the confidence that he needs going forward too.
Also, Keegan may have only had 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting 25 minutes. He was still a plus 15 out there.
Wow, really?
Yes. Running down some of the numbers tonight, Kings end up shooting just under 52%, which is incredible after such a slow start, but that's what happens when you shoot 70% in the fourth quarter. They end up 12 of 36 from 3. One really encouraging sign, I was really concerned in the preseason and the start of the season about the free throw shooting. Hell, we were at training camp seeing these guys miss 8 billion free throws, and I was like, maybe this isn't a good free throw shooting team. Mitchell hasn't ever shot them well. Fox has struggled. Sabonis is struggling. Barnes is in a funk. I feel like they've really started to knock them down. Fox has been tremendous at the free throw line this year. Tonight, they were 18 of 21. And in a close game, you better make your free throws. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, you know what's great about this, Deuce, is that we were talking about this early on in the season, and now it's 11 games have been played for the Sacramento Kings. And that adjustment has been made as well. This is why all these little things are making me so excited, because it's been year after year after year when you see how the Kings play, or how the Kings play on the floor. It never felt like adjustments were being made. And sometimes it was the excuse of, oh, maybe they're just not getting enough practice time together. Or maybe it's this. You could always feel, though, it was something else. It was, again, going back to the foundation, the standard being set, the discipline, holding guys accountable, being like, this is not okay when you're not making your effing free throws. Like, it is a shot in the NBA that needs to be made if you want to be a good team.
You mentioned that. Will Z is dropping some great stats.
Ooh.
He just dropped one of the stat. They've climbed from last in the league in free throw percentage to tied for 15th at 77%. He also supports what you were just saying about Sabonis, finding a better rhythm around the rim. He's up to 76% in the restricted area on the season and 84.6% in his last 7 games. Will Z also notes he's doing a good job contesting shots at the rim, limiting opponents to 68% in the restricted area. So some positive signs.
Yeah, some very positive signs, especially when we talk about what this team needed to do to be a good team. It's about De'Aaron Fox having good games. It's about Sabonis having good games at the same time that Fox is having a good game. You know, I think you even look at when Mike Brown had to go to the bench, and you just talk about guys like Terrence Davis and Chimezie Metu stepping up, because Malik Monk wasn't that guy off the bench tonight. And it's like we said, you're not going to have every guy every single night be on, especially the amount of how productive Malik Monk has been off the bench as of late. He didn't have it tonight, and that's okay too.
Let's hear from Mike Brown after the game. He was talking about Fox's growth in the scoring area.
The biggest key to that, with what you're saying, is, and when I say he can flat out go, is he can carry us to a win. And that's what he did tonight. I know he could score in the past, but I just wasn't seeing the production on both sides of the floor while getting a win like I'm seeing this year, especially tonight. We were struggling, and we went to him, and he did what his job is supposed to do. He did what a star is supposed to do. And not only did he do his job, but he did his job while getting us a win. And that's what's exciting. That's what I'm seeing him do right now. Not only that, it doesn't add up in the stat sheet, but I'm seeing him lead and take on responsibilities at the right time. And so to see him grow as quickly as he has in this short amount of time, especially with the work that he put in this summer, that's the part that I'm excited about. Because like I said, he can flat out go.
He can flat out go. He did what a star is supposed to do, Morgan. And that's some high praise for Mike Brown. He said the other thing that doesn't jump out on the stat sheet, he's leading.
Yeah.
Mike Brown, I think a good NBA coach is like a parent, a good parent, not like my parent, right?
Yeah.
Like my parents suck. All right.
Yeah.
A great parent loves, cares, holds a kid accountable, teaches lessons. There's trust. And I think that's the same thing, like what great leaders can do, right, with a team. Yes. And I think one mistake I've probably made in the past in evaluating the Kings over the years, it's like, well, I mean, what the coach needs talent, and coaches do need talent. There's no doubt about it.
Sure.
The difference, I'm just going to be honest right now. The difference between what we saw last year in the last couple of years to now is astounding. And you start to think, if Mike Brown had last year's team, even though it was flawed, right? Even though it's the beginning of the year, what's it look like instead? If he took over for Dave Yeager, what does that team look like under his watch? It's crazy to think about, but like, honestly, I just think Mike Brown has gained so much knowledge over the years. He's learned so many lessons from his previous stops and being with the Warriors that has translated into him developing into a really, really good coach in the league, empowering his staff, but most importantly, challenging and empowering his players.
How many times have I talked to you about this? And people have shit on me so many times whenever I talked about the importance of a foundation, culture, a leadership, and how a team could work together if they had the right people teaching them how to play it the right way, having the right philosophy, playing as a team. It's a team sport. There was a time throughout these 16 years of no playoffs, I would say more in the recent years, where I started thinking, maybe this is a league where you have to have those all-star pieces if you want to get to the next level. I was starting to believe that because I just hadn't seen anything work for the Kings for so long. But then if you go back and you really look at some other teams around the league and you look at the coaches like a Greg Popovich and Eric Spoelstra.
What's Will Hardy doing in Utah right now?
Right. And truly, it's about players and organization. It starts at the top. And so once an organization figures out what they need to do differently and mirror what other teams are seeing success from, it really starts with that word, culture. And it's just, I think people throw it around and are lazy with it at times, but with culture, it's just like you said, from a good parent has to work at it. A good parent has to deal with different personalities in their children, and they have to deal with critical thinkers, and they have to deal with holding people accountable and setting standards. That's a shit ton of work for a parent or a coach or a leader. And that's what we're seeing happen right now within the Sacramento Kings organization.
It's also, Brown is not just, hey, I'm going to tell you what you're doing wrong. He acknowledges when he makes mistakes, and he does it publicly too. I think that goes a long way with people. So if Mike Brown's a great parent, some of the Kings coaches of the past might have been like the sibling that's like babysitting you, right? You just kind of do what you want.
Yeah. Oh,
right. You know what I mean? So
what do you think last year was? Hey, stand in the corner, everyone. Let's play 5 out. Hey, free. Yeah. We're just all about playing some freedom, free basketball. That's what we're about. And it's like, no, you can't just shove a kid out there and be like, hey, go be free in the world. Like, you got to give them some rules and some lessons. Otherwise, they're never going to grow and get better.
Yeah, it's been encouraging. It's been really encouraging. And, Fox looking in the mirror, because let's be honest about it. You could talk about, hey, it's a bad situation. He looked like a guy that didn't want to be here at times last year. Maybe he didn't early on. Maybe the frustration was too much. But the fact that Brown challenged him to be a better leader, be a better defender, and he's taken that on and he's doing that, that's big time stuff. And it's credit to all parties, the season's long. They got a long way to go. But I think the fact that they started 0-4, faced that adversity early on with a tough schedule, and they've responded in a big way where they're just one game below 500 now. And now they're entering a stretch of the schedule that, on paper eases up. It doesn't mean you can ease up as a team, but there's a chance here to really string some positive momentum going. And they're playing, you see the signs of a good team even when they're 0-4. And that's why I'm so encouraged that, okay, they may have something here this season.
One of my favorite things, Deuce, that we're seeing, even in a game like tonight where it was gutsy, ugly, all those things, you still saw growth again from when and how they faced the adversity that they were facing. In the beginning of the game, it didn't even feel like there was that energy or that urgency at times. And that's when I was getting the most frustrated. The fact that they dug within to figure it out, find that, in their leader too, in De'Aaron Fox, finding that to share with his team what he is capable of in a game like this in LA, game after game, just showing us something new and really what this team is all about.
A shout out to Shawnee Sean, who gifted 5 subs on YouTube. Also, Ben from Australia. Hey, Deuce. Hey, Mo. We need a Fire the Laser sound by ASAP. Kings 5 of the last 7 with multiple calls and both losses. We are on the way up. Let's go. Yeah, we even talked about that. We did play the Fire the Laser before the show. I guess we can drop it now.
Arm the laser.
Arming the laser! Begin laser ignition!
Now we need Morgan to say Fire the Laser.
Oh. Fire the laser!
Dude, it is so good. You have that down. Here's a stat from the Kings that our guy in Discord, Kangs dropped. It was Fox's 7th 25-point game of the season in his 10th appearance. He is just the 5th player in franchise history with 7+ 25-point games in the first 10 games of a season, and the first since the franchise moved to Sacramento in 1985. The last player to accomplish this was Tiny Archibald in 1972-73.
And it's translating into some wins now, baby.
Wow. What else do I want to get to? Oh, real fast. It wasn't just Mike Brown talking about Domantas Sabonis. After the game, Morgan Reagan had the chance to talk to the big fella, Domantas Sabonis. Here's what he had to say about Fox.
And De'Aaron Fox just looks more confident than ever. What stood out about him to you?
He's just aggressive. He knows that it doesn't matter how the game's going. At the end of the game, you give him the ball, he's going to make the right reads, and he's been amazing. He's been amazing for a long time, and he's clutch,
He is clutch. The big fella, Domantas Sabonis.
He's clutch. I love to hear it.
We've got more coming up, including we got to get to some people who want to chat with us, Morgan Reagan. We should mention that tonight's podcast, presented by our friends who are at the Detail Pros of Sacramento. Detail Pros of Sacramento. Hey, your car, let's be honest about it. Think about it. You're sitting there. What's it look like inside?
Gross.
What's it look like outside? Inside, you probably got some wrappers. You got some trash. You maybe spilled some coffee in the center console, right? Boogers underneath the seat.
That's weird.
People do it, Morgan. Anyway, let Nick take care of the boogers. Let him take care of your car. Anyway, Nick literally does the best job over the Detail Pros of Sacramento. You need to reach out to him. What's cool about November, if you go to the detailprosac.com, thedetailprosac.com, you get 20% off gift cards. Yes, 20% off gift cards. It's a perfect time, right? Right before the holidays. Give the gift of a clean and sexy car, right, Morgan Reagan?
Hell yeah. And I was just talking to Nick a little bit more about those gift cards today, and they're physical gift cards. So make sure to reach out.
Physical?
Yeah, they're actually going to be physical gift cards that you'll be getting from Nick. And so I already reached out because I'm going to be buying like 5 different gift cards, one for myself, and the rest are going to be stocking stuffers, because this is just a great deal. 20% off all of the details right now if you go to the website.
Yeah, go to thedetailprosac.com or give him a call, 916-340-4317. Also presented by Joey Reagan over at Lion Real Estate. If you're looking to buy a house in the Sacramento area, Joey is your guy. Look at that beautiful face of his. Joey knows the Sacramento market. He lives in Sacramento, and he has actually helped one of our podcast listeners relocate from New Jersey to the Sacramento area. So hit up Joey. He's got open houses galore. Go to jreagan.golion.com. jreagan.golion.com. You can also call him at 916-412-4592. You can text him there too, 916-412-4592. Why should they call him, Morgan?
Well, you should probably call him because he's going to probably end up being your best friend, because that's what he does with everyone, because nothing is work to him. It's all about relationships and friend. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's like, you can't go anywhere with him without him becoming best friends with a stranger. And he loves Sacramento. He knows everything about it. So if you're truly looking to buy or sell your home, you should definitely be hitting him up.
Yeah, hit up Joey today. Go to jreagan.golion.com. All right, let's go and check in with Twitter Spaces. We're actually stuck on Twitter Spaces tonight because we can't use Discord with Morgan on Zoom. So we'll start tonight with Trevor. Trevor, welcome into Night Chat.
Hello, I'm in here.
What's
Can
up?
you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, man. What's up?
All right, cool. I hit the mic on button on my phone this time, so I was able to jump in and not be lost in the shuffle. Good.
I'm proud of you.
It's old man stuff. I got to do this. Anyway, I have two topics that I would like to get into, if it's possible, if there's not a giant line behind me. One would be the game itself. But more importantly, I would really like to discuss what's going on in Keegan Murray's life right now as somebody who's gone through losing multiple grandparents and strokes in the family. And if I can touch on both, great. I'll touch on both. But if not, I really need to get into the Keegan Murray thing.
Morgan, this is like a typical old guy who has to set up like everything he wants to talk about instead of just getting to it. Go ahead, man. What do you want to say?
All right. Cool. I appreciate Yeah. All right. Sorry, I had to do that. Okay. I was a really bad kid when I was in junior high school, and my great-grandmother lived downtown. And the first time I got in trouble for shoplifting, she came and picked me up in her 70s.
Wow.
And I ever since then, I slid more. She got old and she got sick, and she moved away with my grandma to be somewhere where the air is cleaner and whatnot. But every time I got in trouble as I got older, I kept thinking about my great grandmother and how I didn't want to disappoint her in life. And the trouble I got into became fewer and further between every time. And now I'm in a place where honestly, I don't have to work anymore if I don't want to.
Well, good job, man. So shout out to grandmas everywhere.
Yeah,
shout out to your grandma for keeping you in line.
And thank you. And this is also for you too, right? With what you're going through, losing your grandma. I had no idea you were struggling with your voice when you were younger until I read up on it. Man, I would have had no idea. Your grandmother did a good job on making sure that you got into sportscasting, dude. You're good at it.
Oh, thank you.
You should be happy.
You're trying to make me cry tonight. I appreciate it. Okay.
Now, I'm not trying to make anybody cry.
Okay.
But I'm trying to... okay. You need to move on to something else?
No. I want to hear your thoughts on the game too. We get people who want to talk about the game. Yeah. So what do you see?
I do want to talk about the game too, but my summation on the Keegan Murray thing, honestly, is I hope that young man understands just how much his grandmother wants to see him play basketball and play it at an extremely high level, and that as long as he continues to do that, she will probably hang around a lot longer than he thinks.
I mean, I don't like you putting it in that way. I know what you're trying to say, but you make it sound like, hey, if he continues to struggle, though.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's relax and get back to what you get to, son. That's it. That is it.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, so what'd you see with the game tonight? Give me some game.
All right, yeah, the game. Obviously, the second quarter was hot garbage. Nobody wants to see passing like that. Nobody wants to see Anthony Davis camping out in the paint and wiggling his ass in front of the referees. Get that out of here. Get it out of here forever. And they did that in the second half. Collectively, they got Anthony Davis right up out of the paint. I don't even need to see a statistic to know that that happened because he wasn't there and there were no replays of him in the paint.
I love it.
So there is that.
Well, I hope you feel good about the win tonight.
I do. I do. And you said there are other people in line behind me now just for letting me get in my extra shot about Keegan Murray, man. I'm going to move along, and I will gladly listen to the end. Beat LA. Give me a hell yeah, and why not?
Hell yeah, why not?
Hell yeah.
See ya, Trevor. Oh, this is why Night Chat's different. You just never know where it's going to go.
That was really sweet what he had to say.
Yeah. It cracks me up. By the way, the mix of messages we received during that call, all over the place. Some people love Trevor. Some people calling him an old man. Some people say, wrap it up. Look, here's my thing on Night Chat. We're just talking. This is not a radio show. We're hanging out. So if you want to hop on Twitter Spaces, you can do the same with us.
It's all about that flow.
Yeah. I don't know if we should even try this. Chris is here for the third straight game. Last two, we go to him. He's not ready. We go to him?
I say, you know what? Kings win. Let's give it a try.
All right. Chris, if you are not here and answering us tonight, you are banned for the next 5 games from requesting. Oh my God. Chris, you're serious?
Yep. We can't go to
No,
Chris
wait.
anymore.
Wait. Chris is here. He unmuted himself. Chris.
What a tease.
Yeah.
What a tease.
Chris, you've been eliminated. You get a 5 game suspension from requests.
Damn.
Let's check in next with the man of the hour. His name is Nick.
Deuce and Morgan, why not win tonight? Why not?
Why not, Nick?
Why not beat the Lakers?
Why not?
Nick, if you were the coach and you went into that locker room after this game, what would you tell your team?
Play, keep going, keep winning your games.
Every time, same message.
What was your favorite part about the game tonight?
Well, my favorite was Darren Fox making the threes.
Making the threes. He had a couple of them.
Yes.
What are you doing tonight, man?
Well, watching Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Oh, yeah. You laughing a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Jimmy Kimmel your favorite?
Yes. Check your audio on Twitter Spaces because your audio is not that great.
Really?
Yeah, it's like staticky.
No, I think it's your phone.
I don't know. Hey, why not win tonight? Why not beat the Warriors on Sunday? We have the Warriors game on Sunday. Join us on Night Chat on Sunday after the game with me, Morgan, and Deuce.
Are you hosting it with us on Sunday?
Yes. Night Chat Sunday after the game. And did the Stockton Kings win?
Yes, they did, Nick. Yes, they did. Stockton got the win tonight.
Yes. Hey, why not win the game?
All right, Nick. We'll talk to you Sunday.
All right. Well, sleep dreams, do some
sleep dreams, Nick.
Safe travels back to Sacramento, Morgan.
Thanks, Nick.
Oh yeah, Morgan. I forgot you still have to drive back to Sacramento tonight. It's almost at midnight.
I mean, I'll be fine. I whatever.
I'll be sound asleep, and you'll be like, "I'm driving to Sacramento."
Okay, that's
actually. I have such trouble falling asleep after games. I have an adrenaline rush, especially when they're winning now. Oh, I'm fired up. I could spend another 5 hours doing this. You can sign off and drive home. I will be alive. I think I might stay alive till 3 a.m. tonight.
That's fine. You can do that. But really quick, Nick just brought it up.
Yeah.
The Golden State Warriors on Sunday. And did you see what Steph Curry did tonight?
I did not see what Steph did.
He had a 40-point game against the effing Cavs, and it all came, well, a lot of it came late in that fourth quarter. He was just going off. No one could stop him. It's so scary sometimes.
He had 15 in the fourth quarter, 5 of 7. He ends up with 40 points on 15 of 23. He has 6-11 from 3. He also had 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Wiggins added 20. Draymond had 2 points, 13 assists, 9 rebounds. Clay 3 of 13. Jordan Poole bounced back with 18. The Cavs have lost 3 in a row.
Yeah. Well, and so my whole point though with the Warriors and just looking ahead at Sunday, that's going to be one of those tough ones again where you go, how can you play like you did against the Warriors on Monday, let's just say, right? You had a pretty solid performance. Keep that going the entire time, but then Steph Curry, how do you slow him down? Because right when you throw a double at him, the man is magical and sees all, and then obviously they just break it down super easy.
Steph's going to get his, Morgan. Steph's going to get his. The problem is you can't let others.
The other guys.
Yeah.
Stop. Let's say you stop Andrew Wiggins. Like, you're still going to have guys that are able to contribute.
Morgan, the Kings are winning on Sunday.
What?
No, look, the way the last game ended on the road, they had a chance to win it. They were in that game. That was with Steph Curry going insane, knocking down shot after shot. This is the third game against the Warriors in 12 games coming up on Sunday. Golden One Center is going to be rocking because this team is playing well right now. Interest through this for this team is through the roof right now. People are fired up. It's a Friday night. We got a shit ton of people here hanging out with us right now because people are fired up. They're seeing the growth. They're seeing what Fox is doing. They're going to be competitive on Sunday. It's not going to be easy. I'm not trying to deny that, but the Warriors are beatable. This is not the same Warriors team that we have seen over the years. Steph is unbelievable. He is carrying that team. They still have issues with their bench. It is a better effort tonight from their bench. They still have issues. Clay has been in a major funk. They're not as good defensively. This is a chance for Sacramento to be 500 on Sunday, and I think they can do it.
Ooh, well, I don't necessarily doubt it. I just, after seeing Steph Curry again play the way he did in that fourth quarter against the Cavs, making every single shot, barely even, Deuce, he did it again where he was making a shot and then shit talking the Cavs bench and running, like, without seeing it go in.
Morgan,
you know, like,
yeah, didn't he drop 45 on the Kings and they still almost won the game? Steph's
Correct.
I know what Steph's gonna do. Has Steph had a bad game in history against the Kings? Not in the last 10 years. He kills the Kings. He kills a lot of teams in the NBA because he's a really great player. It's about, can you not make a ton of mistakes? If you start turning the ball all over the place, then you got trouble. But the credit to the Kings, since that first half against the Warriors early in the season when they gave up 89 points, they've had some of the best transition defense in the league. I want to look at the stats tonight, though. Let's see here. Fast break points. So I have it in front of me. Lakers had 12 fast break points. The Lakers came into tonight near the top of the NBA, averaging 18 fast break points a game. The Kings came into tonight, according to NBA advanced stats, number 1 in fast break points allowed, only allowing about 10 per game. The Kings defense may not be perfect right now. We see the flaws at times. We see the breakdowns, no doubt about it. But they're doing things that they haven't done before. They used to get killed in transition. The fact that they are number 1 in points allowed, fast break points allowed per game at 10, that is a huge credit to those players in Brown for getting the buy-in to understand, like, if we're going to even have a chance, we got to at least get back in transition. And since that time, they've done a good job.
Yeah, because that for a team too, when you look at how teams score in transition, I think that can be sometimes the most deflating for a squad. So for the Kings to be like, okay, this is one of the very important things that we can actually do a really good job of if we just put our minds to it. It's mostly effort, of getting back, and then just obviously finding that way. Like, are you stunting the ball? Are you making sure, is it a 2-on-1 situation? Whatever the situation is, you practice that, you understand where to stop first, the ball, and then you go from there. And they're getting better and better at it. I am actually shocked a little bit about how good that stat is for them, but you're just seeing their defense is making some big adjustments this season.
We got a few more people we got to get to, including a celebrity appearance at this hour. Are you ready for a celebrity appearance?
I think so.
You hear him Monday through Friday on ESPN 1320 in Sacramento with D-Lo. He's the one and only Kenny Caraway. Casey in the building. It's Night Chat. It's Friday night. Casey's feeling good. I know it. What's up, Casey?
Yo, Deuce, Mo, what's going on? You're right. It's Friday. I got a little Sacramento splash with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I'm feeling good right now. It's always good to be the Lakers. It's always good to be the Lakers. Always.
Casey, this team's fun right now. They found a way to get it done tonight. I don't care that it was kind of ugly. What are you thinking about De'Aaron Fox right now?
I'm loving Fox right now. We're seeing the maturation right now of De'Aaron Fox. And we talked about it a little bit on the show. I don't want to overstate this, but I really do think he's in another mind space with his man Malik Monk here. Monk is that guy that just kind of keeps him loose, keeps him having fun, keeps him confident. I mean, no, I don't want to take that away from De'Aaron. He's doing it on his own, too. He's the one putting the ball in the bucket. But it's just a different vibe. You see him, I don't know if y'all caught it today, after the last shot with Austin Reeves on him. He hits a little fadeaway, and then he's telling the whole crowd, he's like, yo, he can't guard me. What you guys doing? What are you guys doing? He can't guard me. I love what I'm seeing. And the thing that really got me charged up, dude, the thing that got me charged up is what you just said. That's why I had to get in here, and I had to co-sign with you. I got your back, dude. Sunday at the Golden One Center, we killing all that Steph Curry noise. I'm telling you all this. Steph Curry, that's my man. That's my man. He's nice. He's nasty. He's a Hall of Famer, one of the top 10 players to ever play the game. But on Sunday, Kings is killing all that noise. They went in. They beating the Warriors, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that Steph Curry 40, 47, and he's taking his mouthpiece out and sleeping and all this. No, we're killing all that noise. I'm telling you that right now. Sunday, go to One Center. You need to be there because we're killing all that noise on Sunday. I'm saying it right now. I'm with you, dudes.
Kenny, appreciate your confidence. Because I asked the same thing to Deuce. I said, how are you stopping that 40-point Steph Curry game? Because you throw a double at him, he's figuring out a way to quickly make magic, break it down. You get aggressive with him, he's gonna get the call. So what the hell did the Kings do on Sunday against him?
You got to get the ball out of his hands when it's late. That's one thing, and I know it's easier said than done. But if Draymond or even Wiggins leads into a victory, I just got to tip my hat and say this is why you're the defending champions. You guys are so great. But I can't let Steph Curry just go one-on-one on poor Kevin Huerter. That was blindfolding a cigarette right there. We can't let that happen. Get the ball out of his hands. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna make these other guys beat him. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Look, he's great. He's great. I think Fox is going to be up for the challenge on Sunday, baby. I think Fox is going to be up to the challenge. He's going to guard him. And look, Steph probably going to have about 33. I ain't saying we hold him to 7. You know what I'm saying? Right. He's going to have his 33. But we killing all that noise. Kings winning on Sunday. I'm telling you that right now.
And you know, Morgan.
Light the beam. Light the beam.
Light the beam. And you know what we're going to do, Morgan? We're going to take that mouthpiece, Morgan. We're going to take it from Steph. We're gonna take out. I'm gonna say, hey, throw me a towel, Coach. Mike Brown's throwing me a towel. I'm gonna shine it up real nice. We'll make sure to get nice and clean. We're gonna turn that son bitch sideways and stick it straight up Steph Curry's candy ass.
Yeah, the crowd popping right now. The crowd's popping right now, baby.
Oh,
yo, man, y'all killing it. Y'all killing it on a Friday night, man. I'm up just listening.
Hey, man.
Y'all enjoying what you do, man.
Hey,
I love you guys for doing, man. Keep doing what you do.
Well, we love you guys, too. And just real fast, do you have a sneak preview of Drake bars?
I mean, I've been in the lab. I don't want to say nothing yet because I got a couple beats. 40 got a couple beats. So, Monday, Monday we at least got one.
All right.
I don't know if I'm going to. We might have two separate ones. I don't know.
Let's go. All right, KC. We'll be listening, man. I appreciate you.
That's all love, man. Y'all take care, man.
All right.
Bye, Kenny.
KC in the building. Love him. D-Lo and KC.
He's the best.
That's our guy, man.
That's so great. It's funny. At first, I thought you were going to say D-Lo or Damian was popping on. And I was like, he's awake? There's no way.
Damian's been asleep since that final buzzer.
7:30 start.
Let's get to our guy. Congratulations to Praneel. The 16-year-old future NBA GM not only passed his test the other day, he officially got his driver's license. Let's give it up for Praneel in the house. What is up, my man?
Well, what's up? How you guys doing?
Praneel, how does it feel to get your driver's license, man?
It feels amazing. I mean, normally I always have to bum rides from my parents, and last Thursday, right? I was hanging out with friends, and I'm I was gonna ask my dad to get a ride. I'm oh wait, I can just drive myself. So I just said, hey dad, I'm gonna go hang out with friends, and I just left the house. It was so nice. It was just that feeling was just really, really nice.
Hell yes.
So happy for you, Praneel. Truly, that's what that moment in life. It's a different sense of freedom. So
that was what? That was 35 years ago for you, Morgan. That's a long time, but yeah, for sure.
We're the same age, bud. Okay. We're the same age.
Good point.
Yeah.
Praneel, what jumped out? What's on your mind after this Kings win tonight?
So I was at my friend's dad's birthday party, but I was still watching the game. It was I had my phone out. My phone's at 15% for the entire game, so I asked for a charger. And I was watching on my cracked iPhone. But, I mean, I was still able to see, the first, I'd say, 40 minutes was truly awful. It was so bad. I mean, I was expecting, a 10-point win. But then I saw, Tim Maxwell tweet out, the Kings were winning, and then I immediately had, bad hopes. But, I still expected to win the game. De'Aaron Fox turned, though. I'm going to say something, but, he turned the fuck up in the last 8 minutes. And that
No, it was it was special, man. He's just taken a leap this year, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, and I mean he was doing everything. He played pretty solid defense on Westbrook, who had a fantastic game. I'm really happy for Westbrook too. He was getting MVP chance and going from getting yelled at and booed and his family being. I was talking to my friends about this too today. But going from that to how he's playing right now, I am just so happy for Westbrook. I wanted to just say that about Westbrook, but Fox was playing good defense on the other end, and then coming down and hitting tough fadeaway and then tough floaters and just doing pretty much everything. His stat line for today, I think, was 32, 7, and 12 on fantastic shooting, and his pick and roll. I was reading this this afternoon. I was reading the Jackson Frank article he put out. Jackson Frank's fantastic, by the way. You should give him a follow. But he put out an article about Fox, and one thing he was talking about was the pick and roll navigation. His pick and roll navigation this year has been amazing. He's been so patient. He's just picked his spots, and in that fourth quarter, you could see him. He'd get a pick from Sabonis, maybe after they'd run a set, and then something wouldn't work out, so they just default to the pick and roll. And then he'd slowly snake around the pick and roll. He'd get to his mid-range spot, and then just hit a jumper at someone's face. And that happened 3-4 times, and then he got into his groove, and that just kept on happening. And the Lakers could not stop him. They had no one that they could go to stop De'Aaron Fox. And you seeing him take the next step, seeing him figure out, okay, this is the time. Let's flip that switch and just go is what we need. That's when you go from, oh, De'Aaron Fox is a good player to De'Aaron Fox is a great all-star, all-NBA level talent.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Praneel. No, it's been fun to watch, man. And to see how this team dig out of an 0-4 hole with the chance to be 500 coming up on Sunday is a big deal. And even if they don't get there Sunday, look, the schedule opens up a little bit, right? You got that big nationally televised game against the Nets. Kyrie could be playing in that game. You've got the Pistons and Spurs. You got some opportunities here. And if they keep playing better, I just think everyone's on the same page. And when I hear all these players talking about how they have set the tone in practice with physicality, that they really go hard at each other, they have a standard, you see it. They're fighting through things. And tonight, they had to grind this one out. It was ugly. And sometimes during an 82-game season, you're going to have to find a way to win ugly. It doesn't matter. Get the W. They got it done tonight.
Oh, yeah. And one thing I really do like is that I say this Lakers game, the Charlotte game, the Magic game are like 3 games that you play last year and you get blown out. It's like you see the growth. You see the Mike Brown imprint on this team, not just from the defense, not just from the effort, but also from the fact that we're making third quarter adjustments, which is like something that I legitimately have never seen as a Kings fan. I mean, I'm only 16, so I haven't seen much Kings basketball, but like you're seeing these kids, these guys come out and like make third quarter adjustments and like adjust to things. Anthony Davis was a no factor in the second half. He really didn't do anything. That's like just us going out and like switching things up, throwing out different looks. And that's like, that's a sign of like a good team or like even just a solid team, making those adjustments, improving on that and making sure that like, you're just going to win this game. You're going to figure out a way to win this game. And like, we've done that 3-4 times this year, which is something that I really like. That's the growth that I like to see. And like, obviously the team's only going to get better as we go on. They're going to get more acclimated with the scheme. You're going to like make some moves. Maybe I don't want to be too early on this, but I think Rashawn might be on his way out of Sacramento with the way Chimezi's playing. And we're going to make some moves. We're going to get some more depth, but like, and we're going to obviously get more acclimated with this system and the Mike Brown system. But you're seeing the growth. You're seeing that culture shift and like overall just guys starting to buy in and like, you know, play like that too. And it's really exciting, man. This is maybe I'll get to see my first Kings playoff game this year, man. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but who knows?
Oh, Praneel, I hope you do, man. Well, hey, thanks for checking in as always.
Yeah, for sure. I got to get to bed. I have a volunteering thing to get to tomorrow morning.
A what?
A volunteering thing. I gotta. My sister has a debate tournament, and I'm volunteering as like a judge or something.
Oh,
Get some sleep. Good luck, dude.
Yeah, for sure. All right, bye-bye.
Praneel, dude. You mentioned AD, by the way, Morgan, real fast. AD, he finished with 24 points, 14 rebounds, but was held to 7 points on 2 of 7 shooting in the second half. We should also make it clear he's been dealing with like back issues the whole season, and he was questionable at the start of the day because he was not feeling well. So,
no, absolutely. But just like Praneel was saying, it's the adjustments, the in-game adjustments, something that he said he hasn't seen before. A lot of us haven't seen before on a consistent basis with a Kings team. And it is not easy to make in-game adjustments, but there was never the right coach in place or coaching staff in place to teach these in-game adjustments, to help push players in the right direction. I think sometimes people look at these NBA players and go, you're at this level and you don't know how to play. You and I talked to someone a couple weeks ago when we saw plays being broken down, and I said something like, shouldn't guys know how to do that at this level? And he was like, you would think, but there's so many more guys throughout their lives that aren't taught how to play basketball the right way and just depend on athleticism and so many other things to get to the NBA.
Let's give a shout out to everyone watching us live right now, Morgan, because it's almost midnight. You're still in San Francisco. We're talking about a Kings win. We got 500 plus people still with us. If you're here, do us a favor and hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs. It helps us grow so much when you do that. So please do that. Also, Kings Film Room has an incredible De'Aaron Fox stat I want to share at this hour. This is De'Aaron Fox in the clutch. And by the way, clutch stats in the NBA are defined as the last 5 minutes of a game in which the point differential is 5 or less, right? Does that make sense? Last 5, 5 or less. So De'Aaron Fox in the clutch this season, he is 15 of 24. That's 62.5%. 3 of 6 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He has 35 points in the clutch. That is good for third in the NBA and 42.8 points per 36 in the clutch. Outstanding. Shout out to Kings Film Room. You got to check out the Kings Film Room podcast, by the way. Check out their YouTube channel, too. amazing stuff.
Yeah, truly. Not only are those numbers amazing to see on paper, but what we're witnessing with our eyes in the way that he is leading through those numbers in that type of play, we haven't seen this before from De'Aaron Fox like this. It's a whole different level. And I think every single Kings fan should be super excited for what's to come, even the rest of this season. I mean, that the growth that we're seeing each and every game, Deuce, I kind of felt bad after that person made that comment. And after I was talking about this Kings winning in the fashion that they did against a dysfunctional Lakers team, because I do want that to end up being a prettier game. And Praneel was right. Like, there's years past where this was the Kings getting blown out in a game like this. And I guess maybe my expectations and my standards are a little high on that. And I usually don't have that high of standards or expectations.
That's fair. That's fair. As far as Fox's overall numbers, Morgan, 10 games in. He's played 10 games. His 10th game tonight. 25.9 points. He's 55% shooting, 36.5% from three, 86% from the free throw line. He's also averaging just under 6 assists and 5 rebounds, along with a steal in 32 minutes a night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Also a big stat we didn't even go over.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, huge stat actually.
Okay.
Kevin Huerter,
Yeah.
career high 2 blocks tonight.
Give it up. That's a big deal. Good for Kevin Huerter.
I know.
Kings don't block a ton of shots. They ended up with 4 total. He had half of them. Good for him. Barnes. Hey, also, Harrison Barnes tonight, 13 and 8, along with 2 assists. He was 6 of 6 from the line.
Dude, that's someone I didn't even give enough love to, because it's funny, whenever we expect that just solid play from Harrison, just like he had tonight, it's like he doesn't get the love he deserves. It's just, yeah, that's what we expected out of you, but excited to see him figure it out as of late.
All right, Maureen, this is risky. You know how this is going to be the final call we take tonight, and it's from someone that I don't think we've ever talked to. It's a gamble, but it is night chat, so it's fun. His name is Clifton. Clifton, you're making your night chat debut tonight. A night chat debut with Deuce and Mo. It's Clifton. What's up, Clifton? Clifton, this is your big debut, your music hit. The crowds, they are on their feet. They're ready to see you come down the ramp and give you a standing ovation. Clifton, unmute yourself and talk to us.
I'm right here.
Yes!
I hope that you guys can hear me. Okay, sorry about that.
Clifton.
Salute to you guys. I'm also Kalani Management in the YouTube space.
Oh, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well, and I just wanted to piggyback on what the other caller was saying about making those adjustments. That was key.
Yeah, what jumped out to you, man?
The adjustments and when they made them, even after going through some adversity. But I really love the way they were switching. I love everything about De'Aaron Fox. But with what Keegan doing for him to play good, all the things that you guys always talk about, this was an overall good team win. And I think that we are we're going to go.
Go where? Where are we going? Where are we going, Clifton? Where are we going?
Definitely 500. Definitely 500.
When are they going to be 500? Are you calling your shot? They play the Warriors on Sunday. The Warriors.
Oh, we're going to kill the Warriors. Hey, man, check this out. All that stuff that they talking about the Warriors, all that hype and all of that stuff. And man, check this out, man. The Kings are going to shut them down straight up. Straight up going to shut them down.
Let's
straight
go. Clifton, you're feeling it on a Friday night, man.
You know what I mean? And I just appreciate you guys having me. I hope to be on more of your shows. But I just wanted to say, man, thank you so much.
Appreciate you,
You're
man.
the best.
Clifton
Thank
with
you,
a nice
Clifton.
debut, right? His music hit. He didn't come out right away, which is, in wrestling, sometimes you make your debut. Everyone's like, where are they? Where are they? He didn't come down the ramp. He came through the crowd. And everyone's like, oh, Clifton's here. And he cut a good promo. Morgan, your thoughts?
Facts. Clifton really came out strong. I'm really proud of everything he had to give. He knew how to take himself off mute. Sometimes I know that could be a low standard for people, but dig that from Clifton.
Oh, man. Road wins are sweet. G-Man always says there's nothing like a road win. And it doesn't matter. You win ugly, you win. Kings are 5-2 in their last 7 games.
Oh, it feels so good. Why does my life feel just so much better right now?
And how fragile was this tonight when they were like, don't lose this game. Don't lose this game. I did not want to do a night chat after a loss because, you felt the high of the Cavs game and you're like, oh, LeBron's not playing. Okay, you can win tonight. And whatever. The way they closed it out, I thought they played well in the fourth. Fox took over. Team effort. It was fun. It was fun, man.
That's what I agree. It was fun all in all, I know we can talk about the ugly and we did break down some of the ugly, but there was still a lot of good again.
Yep.
And we're saying that so much more lately. And I'm just so happy with the product that we've been able to watch.
Well, Morgan, I know you have to drive home from San Francisco, so get on going. Let's wrap it up. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. Biggest thing you could do on the way out, hit the thumbs up. We appreciate the massive crowd we had tonight. It's great seeing all these Kings fans hanging out with us. Remember, we're going to be live after every game. We'll be back live again Sunday night following the Kings and Warriors. A chance for the Kings to be at 500 after 12 games. Enjoy the journey. Let's have some fun. We love you guys, but we gots to go.
You're all so badass for being here with us tonight. Thank you so much. We'll see you later. See ya.
Deuce and Mo.